there. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to this presentation. Today, we want to talk to you about a powerful concept that has the potential to make a real difference in tackling health inequalities in the UK, and that is building a sustainable co-production model. It's an exciting approach that brings together undergraduate students and healthcare professionals to enhance research skills whilst working on innovating solutions for pressing issues like organ and blood shortages. My name is Connor, and my role within the donor research team is both as the pharmacy advisor and overseeing digital communications for the team. I'm joined today by two of our champions who I will now hand over to introduce themselves.
Thanks, Connor. Hi, everyone. My name is Lois. I've just finished my second year of biomedical sciences, and I'm just about to go out into my clinical placement year, which is really exciting. I joined donor research in 2021, and I am currently the events supervisor.
Hi everyone, my name is Ganika and I've just finished my first year in biomedical science. I joined donor research this year and I've also taken up the role as events lead.
Brilliant.
Thank you. So yeah, as you can see from this slide, there's a tremendous need for action. So in the UK alone, there are currently 6,000 people waiting for a life-saving transplant. And we actually require 6,000 blood donations every single day just to treat patients. So it's a national health issue that calls for collaborative efforts and fresh perspectives to address the scarcity and to ensure equal access of life-saving treatments.
Brilliant. So, and that's where donor research comes in. So this academic society was founded in 2020 and quite early on adopted the National Institute for Health Research co-production models and principles. Today, this allows us to integrate knowledge and working practices from different healthcare disciplines, and we have found that this collaborative approach helps us design, deliver, and evaluate educational events and resources that are inclusive, interactive, and ultimately contribute to building a fairer and more equal society. Now we will present our top 5 ways on building a co-production model.
Thank you. So most of our students and academics are predominantly based in healthcare, and these principles have the versatility to prepare all our members for their future careers, no matter the stage individuals are at. Based on this, we have listed how our top 5 principles informs our team's collaborative approach. First one being all members having shared power. Second one, recognizing different perspectives and skills. Third one, everyone is of equal importance. Fourth, everybody benefits from our collaboration. And fifth and the last one is building and maintaining relationships and networks.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ganika. So now let's just take a little bit of time to break down each one of these points.
Okay, so starting with the first point, all members having shared power. Students who join the team to become champions are also recognised as teaching and learning co-producers. This means that every member is involved at all stages of development, such as the initial brainstorming of ideas and the vision and the direction of all areas of our work. The photos on the slide are from this year's away day, where all the supervisors, leads and academics met to lay down ideas and goals for the upcoming year, and also to shape our roles by creating a terms of reference. So yeah, my sort of personal reflection from the day, we work in a refreshingly non-hierarchical way, an innovative way. During our away day, we could brainstorm our personal takes on what the team's mission should be, and this really set the tone for the spirit of the collaboration we apply in all areas of our work. And I can add a further quote from Joey, our champions officer, who says, Being fortunate to have joined from the beginning, I've seen the involvement of students increasing. The academics are keen to ensure our education and progression is at the heart of what we want to achieve. Over time, we have more freedom and opportunity to develop and carve out our ideas and workshops, allowing academics to have a more advisory role. This allows us to manage our workload and projects whilst retaining important support and guidance for overall direction of the project.
So we move on to the second point, that is recognizing different perspectives and skills. We are committed to being an inclusive and diverse team and have attracted academics and students from a range of courses and engaged with individuals from ethnic minority backgrounds and from the LGBTQ+ community as well. Pooling our talents and skills, we hold meetings using Microsoft Teams, and to effectively hear the perspectives of each team member, we create an agenda to organize and share ideas. We quickly gained new digital skills and initially used Evernote. However, as the team grew, we recognized that this was not an effective nor an approved platform to meet ethical approval for our research proposals and funding bids. As a result, we moved to Microsoft Teams and SharePoint, which has increased engagement and access for all members. We now have 3 key work streams. Number 1, social media. Number 2, digital comms that includes our blog and podcasts. Number 3, events such as running education workshops and hosting events with different partners.
Thanks, Ganika. So point number 3 is respecting and valuing expertise. We value both the student and academic perspective and the knowledge of each member that they bring to our weekly meetings. The student voice is at the heart of all of the content we develop and publish, and the role of the academics is to ensure that all of our work remains relevant and valid. Over the years, we've overcome some of the complexities associated with different levels of expertise working together and the power dynamics between academic and student. For example, we were invited to co-deliver a presentation at an online co-production conference at Brunel University. In co-producing an abstract and presentation, some academic members found it hard to relinquish control to the students. In this scenario, 2 students volunteered to join 2 academics and agreed on how to divide the workload to meet the tight deadline. The follow-up meeting revealed that not all elements had been addressed by the champions, which caused frustration. The academics had a separate meeting to reflect on how to uphold students as equal partners in the co-creation of this work. They recognised the importance of recalibrating expectations and redefining areas in which champions' expertise is most valuable. The academics also learned to take a more considerate approach to addressing the misunderstandings of what was asked of them in the initial meeting. This experience of learning to actively listen, respect and value all levels of expertise has strengthened our team. We have created a safe and secure environment that encourages effective communication that is both open and honest. And Joey's just got a nice little quote there, which I'll read to you. The team has a great mix of professions and personalities, which always allows conflict to be resolved in a polite and effective way, with a focus on togetherness. As adult learners, we work together to overcome any issues and push forward with tasks as a team.
Thanks, Lois. We move on to the 4th point, that is everybody benefits from our collaboration. We celebrate the benefits of teamwork where our collective outputs are more than our individual efforts put together. In recognition of this, we are all co-authors on our systematic review protocol. Working in pairs as one academic and one champion, the team were able to use RAYAN, a collaborative systematic review system, to identify articles for inclusion and exclusion. The team continued to work together to develop this review for publication, which enables the academics and champions to develop their research skills. I'm just going to add a quote from Estella Brown, our events and outreach supervisor for 2022. During the summer, the team gave me the opportunity to contribute to a systematic literature review. I can now critically analyze literature and search databases, which gives me confidence in starting my final year project. We also have a nice quote from Rebecca Craig, the Donor Research Chief Operations Officer. This was a fantastic opportunity to develop my research skills, reflexivity, and leadership skills. We successfully embraced new digital tools to ensure transparency and had critical discussions that makes our work reliable and valid.
Thanks, Ganika. I just would like to add another example there as well. So I had the opportunity to work with academics from the University of Brighton, Northumbria and Stirling in a randomised control study that we're running to engage the effectiveness of graphic medicine with the potential for using it in public health messaging. I was trusted and supported to write the BREEAM ethics proposal, which is just brilliant, such a good bit of practice for my future academic and professional career. Okay, so point number 5, to build and maintain relationships and networks. Over the years, we have established powerful professional relationships that allow us to contribute directly to shaping the healthcare and educational landscape. As we are deeply rooted and committed to the participatory and non-hierarchical methods, which means champions actively engage with outreach events, social media campaigns about key issues that enrich their courses even before they graduate. On screen, you can see we partner with a number of universities, production companies, and other courses and networks.
So we've made an awful lot of connections, but we'll just list a couple in a little bit more detail. So we have met with the co-chair of Red Cells Are Us, which is a supportive group for patients with sickle cell and thalassemia. We were able to discuss the lived experiences of healthcare for those patients. This is an exciting opportunity, and we are in the process of designing a multi-professional final year project between pharmacy and biomedical students with patient and public involvement in the design to better understand the lived experience, increase knowledge, and suggest ways to improve these experiences moving forward.
Another connection that we've made is with the New Black Film Collective. This is one of our most recent connections. This is an organization which aims to promote a vibrant Black ecosystem in the TV and film sector in the UK. They have a collection of Black champion films, and we have partnered with them to have screenings of some of their films and panel interviews with experts. This will be organized with the objective of enlightening people on the impact of blood disorders like sickle cell on the Black population, and also to encourage blood donation.
So Wow Bagger Productions is one of the most recent connections we've made. It's one I'm really excited about. Wow Bagger kind of create media and comics that sort of it's kind of the interface between science and health and public health messaging. It's brilliant. So we're working with them on some comics going forward. We also talk to and meet with local charities as well. So, for example, we met up with Connors 5 and we interviewed the founder and director about their brilliant outreach work they do that promotes anti-violence and talks about organ donation in schools. And we also last year went to a black tie charity ball where we were able to make connections with several other local related charities, which was great.
Brilliant. So just to summarise, we're coming to the end now. Donor Research is an award-winning National Health Service blood and transplant funded network comprising of healthcare professionals and academics and students who are predominantly from the University of Brighton and the Brighton and Sussex Medical School. The team is also in partnership with experts from King's College Hospital, Universities of Bedfordshire, Stirling and Northumbria. Donor Research was founded in 2020, and working practices are underpinned by National Institute for Health and Care Research co-production principles that promotes innovation, inclusivity, and sustainable growth. We foster an environment of respect, trust, and open communication while providing the necessary resources and support to ensure success. All members contribute to the integration of knowledge from differing healthcare disciplines to create a holistic perspective when co-designing, co-delivering, and co-evaluating educational events, and draw on real-world health issues that are both inclusive and interactive. The impact of donor research teams' work in raising awareness of blood and organ donation and to increase the diversity of donor pool in the UK is showcased on an EduBlog site that has over 4,000 views and via social media campaigns which have attracted over 500 followers. In 2022, the University of Brighton awarded Donor Research the Recognition of Excellence in Education and Student Experience, so the Rees Award, and in 2023 were nominated to represent the University of Brighton at the Higher Education Academy Collaborative Award for Teaching Excellence. So thank you for your time. We hope you've enjoyed this talk and are inspired to develop your own co-production models. We would now like to take any questions.
Sorry, hello, thank you very much. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Thank you. I was just putting it into the chat area, but I'll just say it. So that was really interesting and very inspiring. It sounds like it's been incredibly successful. So one just very practical thing. Could you put the link to the website in the chat area, just so I can have a look at it? And then I guess I'm interested in recruiting students and like how much interest did you get from students? Because like you said, all of the different skills that you've got through doing it. So it sounds like it's a really useful thing to do, but it's also an additional thing to do, and students already have a lot of things going on. So I'm kind of just interested, what level of interest did you get? And if you got more interest than you had spaces, would you have to like select students into it, or would you just take everybody?
So I think we can twofold with that. I think Lois maybe could answer most of the question, and then Gunnaka, being one of the newest recruits, maybe can explain why you wanted to get involved with the team as well.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question. So I think we basically go into like lots of different cohorts and do workshops, and we always promote and invite people to come and join us. And I would say like the interest of people wanting to join just really fluctuates from workshop to workshop, year in, year out. So for example, my cohort in 2021, we were asked to, I'm not sure if this was the same for you, Gunnaka, we were asked to sort of apply basically, you know, like a little mini CV and send it off, and then yeah, they kind of contacted us. But I mean, generally we have a very open doors policy, and you know, people kind of come in and they might come for a couple of sessions, and then people kind of sift out that really want to like commit. So it's kind of very open doors really. And I don't think we'd ever turn anyone away. Yeah. Gunnaka, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so when I joined, I filled out a little form on the website. I didn't really have any CV or anything to submit. So yeah, then I think Lois was the one who contacted me, and then I just, you know, started to attend the meetings and get involved with all the different opportunities that were there. One of my first things that I did with Donor Research was attend the IPE conference that we had. I think it was in December last year. And then I also went on to do a organ donation debate in the nursing cohort. And yeah, and then, you know, just get involved with everything. It's honestly, everybody is so great. They're all very welcoming, and it's just, yeah. And then, you know, as soon as I, you know, got more involved, I also got the opportunity to be the events lead for this year then. So it's great, yeah.
Super, thanks.
Oh, I went too far. There you go. Any other questions?
Someone's typing.
Kirsty's got a question.
I think this is really interesting. So thank you so much for sharing it with us. Just wondering, I suppose the question is particularly for Connor, but everyone's invited to respond, is do you see the application of the work that you've done here being able to translate to different disciplines and subject areas, the sort of model, obviously not the subject, although the subject's obviously very interesting.
Yeah, so
could adapt?
Oh, I definitely. So Sean and I are in the process of creating a Mug Hub. So we've been recording some podcasts, and the idea being, so this is basically out of me joining the donor research team and seeing what fantastic work is going on with the involvement of all of the champions, like leading all of these things. So Sean and I are actually in the process of creating our own for pharmacy and medicines use through podcasts and other well, I mean, at the moment it's podcasts, it could be anything really. So that will be hopefully rolling in the next year, and we'll see how we go with pharmacy students. I think it could go anywhere in whichever capacity. And I think as you were saying that, it might be quite nice for if Lois and Gunnaka have got anything to say about how you being involved in this team has helped you in your studies or helped other students within your cohort that maybe aren't within the donor research team. If you've got any experiences you wanted to add.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I'd say that, you know, just in our little niche of organ donation, you know, we kind of forge networks with, we've got like, I mean, yeah, they're mostly healthcare, but we've got like arts-based people. There's obviously interest in joining like a kind of smaller group of people that are working together. We get really great feedback from people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been lucky enough really to work in such a small and supportive group that's really diverse culturally, you know, age, everything. Like it just kind of really works. So I think, yeah, I think the model would work very much across all of the university. Yeah, Gunnaka, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, it's been really great for me because I'm an international student, so it took me a lot of while to get adjusted, and then, you know, meeting such a great group of people, and you know, I've always been fascinated by organ donation, blood donation, and you know, to find such an interesting group focused on this was like really great for me, and I think, yeah, it should work in other disciplines as well. Yes, definitely.
And just to highlight, I mean, we've got two champions here, but it's such a huge team that obviously can't be here today because of holiday and other commitments. So we've got tons of quotes about how it's been beneficial to the champions and to the other academics as well. So it's been really enriching.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I definitely used it, sorry, as a central. I really think it's helped me get my clinical placement. It's kind of really helped with my confidence and feeling part of something at university because I'm part of quite a big cohort. Yeah, it's kind of really central to my university experience. So thanks, guys.
Davina?
Hi, I had a few questions I wanted to ask. So I wanted to ask for the students in particular, because I'm also a biomedical science student, but I go to the University of Warwick, and I want to ask, what do you find most like rewarding about doing this work, and like how do you think like these skills that you're gaining from this can apply to your course and like your own development?
That's a great question.
Do you want to go first, Gunnaka, or shall I?
You can go, yeah.
Okay, sure. So with regard to how it's fed into my studies, so we had a group project in the first semester, and I just completely copied the model for communication, leadership style, because it's not like leadership sort of makes it sound like someone's in charge. What I've learnt most from this is yeah, it is the kind of collaborative way of working, and having sort of patience and understanding that people work at different paces, and that's been such a good lesson for me. Learning different, the different ways that people approach things, and really appreciating the differences. Was there any bit of your question on, sorry, what, do you mind just repeating it? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you did answer my questions, I think, but my two questions were, what do you find like most rewarding about this work that you do? And like you did say like how these skills that you're gaining from this work is applying to your course and your own like development. There's like you did answer that. But yeah,
Okay.
there's
The rewarding bit is it's so cool to be part of stuff that, you know, because we have an NHSBT funding. So the work that we do as our undergraduate students potentially has an effect on public health messaging, which is, you know, that blows my mind that I'm part of something like that. It's so cool. And we get, you know, we just get to go and meet all sorts of people. You know, it's really, really good for, you know, building your sort of professional profile. It sounds a bit crass, doesn't it? But it's true, it is. And it's in a kind of really supportive and caring environment to do that. So yeah, that I'd say that would be the rewarding bit. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Lois totally. Like, it's very rewarding to do this work, and I mean, even I am like baffled sometimes that, you know, we're doing such work at an undergraduate level that has such an impact. Like, I recently went for the NHSBT RO conference in June, and I met with such a diverse group of people. Like, there were so many people, and that's where we made a lot of new connections as well for donor research. So it's quite interesting to attend these things and, you know, meet so many different people and make such new connections. Yeah, so it's really great, and it's definitely helped me. Like, it's made me more confident. My public speaking skills have, you know, become much more better. And yeah, so I think it's just, you know, helped me as a person, just, you know, as personally. Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions at all? No? Fantastic. So if you've got questions at a later date, we'll be happy to answer them. I'll put some connection links in the chat and that you can drop some emails, and maybe we can set up some meetings if anybody wanted any more information. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for
Anna.
coming.
Thank you.
you.